Hello everyone, this is Douglas Block. You know, I used to listen to something called Adventures in Good Music with Carl Haas. Do you remember him? Anybody? Hello everyone, he used to say. It was a great show. Hello everyone. Well, I'm saying the same thing. Wow, Maggie Bueller from Canada. Cookies Blue, yes, 2:05 p.m. in the UK. No, it can't be. 20:05, that's right. 8:05, you're 8 hours difference. Oh, I'm supposed to take Advil. Oh my God. Where's my Advil? Well, I have chronic hip pain. Julie Hayes from Michigan. Hey, Julie. Guess what I have every week? I show this. Julie Hayes made this. From the Ashes I Rise. Right, Julie? You've been there. Leanne McGowan from Buffalo. Wow. Susan Jones. All of you guys are here. Albert Navarro. The whole damn family, or fam-damly, or whatever. Hey, you know what? I just saw Stuart Smalley from Saturday Night Live making fun of people who do affirmations. And I'm doing a workshop for Unity on affirmations. And Brian W., Mr. Meditator, first timer, nice to see you. Hi, Sue here from Cornwall, UK. Bipolar BPD, well, I'm going to do a video on BPD. I'm also going to do a video on social anxiety and also one on the new craze in treating depression, microdosing. Has anyone ever done that, taking small amounts of psilocybin mushrooms? It's all the rage. The FDA is actually testing it now. Sarah Duncan, your favorite time on Sundays? Well, have you been here before? Sorry to hear about your hip pain. Okay, I'm turning 70. You can't get everything right. Josh Robinson, all these people. I'm glad you're all being helped. Fire away for the questions, everybody. Hey, remember Howdy Doody? Is anybody here born in the 50s or the 40s? The Howdy Doody show. Remember, I used to tune on every day with Buffalo Bob Smith. Or maybe that was Captain Kangaroo. Anyway, I'm getting them mixed up. Hey, Catherine, nice to see you. Virtuous Woman, of course, Lazy Eye Ranch. I love Stuart Smalley. I'm good enough, smart enough, and gosh darn it, people like me. Yes, yes, yes. That's exactly. I'm doing a new seminar on affirmations. You guys are going to be the first to know about it. It's really going to be awesome. It's going to be held in March of 2019, so I'll keep you posted. This is the most exciting day of the week. Well, I hope there's something. Oh my God. Well, I hope your week isn't too boring. Hey. It's time for Indian Saints. Look at this guy's eyes, Ramana Maharshi. He was a realized being from India. David Seaman, wow. Haven't heard from you in a while. Well, I did a video last Monday called Can the Pursuit of Pleasure Bring You Happiness? I know it wasn't my most favorite videos, but I thought I made a really good point, and that is getting high is not the way to get over depression, because what goes up must come down. The way to get over depression is social support, and lifestyle activities. Do I have that thing? Oh, no, 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 no. Damn it. I have to. Joan took it in the front room. Well, it's my color version of this. And people have been writing, oh, I turned right to it. Amazing. People have been asking me for a free diagram on activities to keep you well and whole. I've got a color diagram right in the living room, which I can't get to. Maybe Joan will get it from me in a few minutes. And anybody who wants to get that, all they have to do is write me, douglasblock@gmail.com. I'd be happy to send it to you. Also, as you remember, this wonderful time is funded by you lovely people. We have the Super Chat button. We've been getting generous donations from people the last 2 or 3 weeks. David Holden has been awesome from the UK. And IJE24, Jacob from the UK, speaking of which. I went to a bookstore and asked the salesman, where's the self-helping? She said she'd tell me it would defeat the purpose. Yes, I've seen that. Fire Magic. Hi, Douglas. I'm only 13 from Germany. I have no idea how to tell my parents I have depression. Well, you just have to tell them that you're not yourself and you've got this medical condition. And you know, maybe you could show them. Maybe you could show them a video on it from me or somebody else. And that would be a good thing. Show them a video on YouTube to help them understand it. I have a video called "What is Depression?" or "Are you depressed?" You might want to show that to them. How do I stop isolating from everyone? It's hard when I'm depressed, says Albert Navarro. Yes, that is the default mechanism of depression. You have to just force yourself to reach out. I can't say it any other way. You just have an act of will. Know that people love you and they're glad to help you out. Do you have a school counselor you can talk to? Thank you, Lazy Eye Ranch. That's a great idea. Hey, Henri Keene, my God, we haven't seen you in ages. I thought you were going to be coming here from Seaside. I know it's a long drive. Having no support doesn't help. Yeah, yeah. What are some tips on getting through family holidays events when they trigger you? Yeah, that's a very good point. Self-care, avoid triggering foods, and have someone to call, like a sponsor or a friend, whenever you're getting triggered. And it's okay to remove yourself from the room. If someone went to Thanksgiving, see their family took their own car, and when things got too hot, they left. Can people get better without counseling? I tried it. It didn't work for me. I don't think you need formal counseling, but you need love and connection. And I think formal counseling is really awesome. It's helped me, but no one thing works for everybody. So, you know, some people get better because they love their dogs. Ryan Wilson, nice to see you. But yes, I think counseling is, you know, really, really helpful. You don't have school counselors in Germany? Come on, Germany is a civilized country. It's far ahead of the United States in terms of green energy. I can't believe you don't have school counselors. Wow, that is really sad. Well, what about some friends, maybe that you can talk to your parents with a good friend they like? You love playing the guitar. That's a wonderful outlet. Counseling helped me, says Julie Hayes. Catherine Scar, my 16-year-old grandson, confided in me. I got him to tell his parents. 12 months later, he's happy, well, young man. Well, that's very good. Catherine, tell that to the guy from Germany, that maybe he can confide in somebody else first, and that person can tell their parents, a trusted adult. I started drinking while in counseling. I got worse. Well, I don't think that was the counseling's fault. Maybe it was bringing up stuff that was too much for you. Have you ever done dialectical behavioral therapy? I'm sure you probably have. DBT. It's very helpful. I know you've heard of it if you've got bipolar disorder. By the way, Leanne, didn't I say I was going to interview you when I did a bipolar disorder? Not bipolar, borderline personality disorder. Video, yes, I still would like to do that. First time calling from Dublin, Ireland. What are the triggering foods? Sugar. By the way, I hate to tell you this joke. I said it last time, but you're calling. Why has Ireland suddenly become a prosperous country? Because its capital is always Dublin. That was just for you. I don't have my joke book here. My God, I have not been prepared. Well, I'll just have to remember stuff off the top. And of course, Joan will bring it to me, I'm sure. Any thoughts on desiccated liver? Yeah, it's desiccated liver has lots of B vitamins in it and B12, and some people get depressed or anxious when they're short on B vitamins. I don't think it's going to hurt. I got anxiety, says Ms. Lady Blue World, from black seed oil. I took too much of it. I'm dealing with this for 3 months. What should I do? Well, you should go find a therapist, a counselor who specializes in anxiety, maybe take medication. Thank you, Tony Glamata. $9.99. That's music to my ears. Thank you for that holiday present. Really appreciate it. Cookies Blue, what do you do if the only person you can rely on is your counselor? Well, maybe you and your counselor can figure out how to get more support. And if the counseling does end, you can find another one. And you've always got this channel here. Hey, Honor, nice to see you again. Still watching you every day and following your advice. I'm almost starting my own towing business. Great. I love entrepreneurs. Glenn Elliott, hello. I suspect coffee and caffeine is compounding problems with anxiety and depression, but I haven't been able to decrease coffee consumption long enough to tell. Well, certainly it doesn't compound depression. Coffee is a stimulant. It gets me up in the morning and out, and it's a mild antidepressant. Anxiety, yeah, that can be problematic. Brian W., you should meditate using the free Insight Timer. Yes, Brian W. is a believer and user of medication. Well, we've got 56 people here. Anytime, Cookies Blue, anytime you want to ask me advice, just go ahead and leave something in the YouTube comments section or ask me today. How do I stop binge eating comfort food? Wow, there's a lot of good books on emotional eating. You have to find something else to do in its place. You have to find another way to soothe yourself. DBT is very good. Call a friend. Go out, take a walk. There's a wonderful book by Janine Roth. Now, it's one of the benefits of getting older. I won't say old, but older. You've got all this experience, all these amazing books I've read for the past 50 years. Anyway, it's called When Food is Love. Except I can't type, right? I should have taken more typing and less calculus. Anybody take calculus? Oh my God. Anyway, you should get this book. It's called When Food is Love. It's all about emotional eating. How long does akathisia last? Well, it depends on the person. For me, it lasted a long time. It does go away on its own. Prozac Junkie Illusions, good afternoon. I don't think I've seen you before. Maggie Bueller. I have the opposite. I can't eat well when I'm anxious. Absolutely. Anxiety decreases the appetite. Why? You're in fight or flight. You're trying to run away. And what's going on? All the blood is going to your muscles and your extremities. It's going away from your gut. So when people are in fight or flight, when people are anxious, they lose their appetite. When people are depressed, they lose their appetite, but sometimes they overeat. Only 10 minutes? God, I'm going to run out of energy. I shouldn't have had 6 cups of coffee. I'm kidding. I didn't do that at all. What's your general opinion on antidepressants? I think they have their place. I think you should try to get well without them if you can. But if you have bipolar disorder or schizophrenia, well, schizophrenia, you need antipsychotics. I think that they have their place, and some people, they do well on them. I've been working with people clinically for 20 years, and I can tell you, some people are helped. On the other hand, I have an allergy to them, except for Wellbutrin. Exposure therapy isn't working for me. Well, you should take that up with your counselor. I don't know if you're doing it wrong, but definitely talk to the therapist who's working with you. Hey, Joan? Not off the elliptical yet. I find that kale smoothies, oh, of course, anything green is good for you. It's helping me with anxiety. Excellent. That's a wonderful thing. By the way, thank you again, the man who did the $9.99. I forget. Narcissistic people, not good for depression and anxiety. Well, I don't think they're good for anybody. Awesome, Julie Hayes. What did Julie... Hopelessness is taking over my life. It's so hard. I know, Marinda, but you've been struggling for so long. I'd say counseling, exercise, and prayer. I'll give you a number you can call. You're from Kenya? Wow. Thank you a lot. Let's go mental. Thanks. Anyway, I don't really see what... I can't find the thread about Julie Hayes, what happened. But anyway, I'm glad you're doing better. Fire Magic MSP, it's not just that easy if you're only 13, or it's just me. Anyways, I think it's super hard to tell anybody. Well, a friend knows I isn't taking me seriously. You need to talk to your friend and have her take you seriously. Or maybe you have an aunt or an uncle or a teacher even. There's got to be somebody out there that you can go to. I've been getting frequent anxiety attacks. I'm trying to do coping business, but not working. It's disheartening. You will beat disorder. Let's go mental. My doctor doesn't believe in akathisia. No, he's wrong. Been on Zol for 8 weeks, still feel anxious when it will start to help me. I'm not quite sure. You got to talk that about the doctors. You may need to change something to something else. You may need to change to something else. AJC, I love you from Australia. God, we've written before. 7 a.m. Good for you. Peter Tom, when should I stop using Xanax? Well, when you feel stable enough, again, under the prescription. I cannot basically give advice over the internet. Joan, can you grab me my joke book and also that color diagram of self-care strategies? My partner, the blue joke book. Okay, well, what about the self-care strategy diagram? Tony Glamata, since I've been an atheist, I'm struggling to keep my mood up. I do like your spiritual approach, but it's hard to go back to it. All of these atheistic arguments are getting in the way. Well, you know what? You know what Pascal said? Look, if you believe that God exists, and you're right, there's a huge payoff in terms of probability. So you have nothing to lose. Anyway, here's the chart I was talking about. Self-care activities to improve your mood, color chart. And on the back, look what this says over here. Boost your psychological immune system. This took me 20 years to develop. I should be charging for it. And, maybe I will ask for a donation for people who want it. But I do believe in sharing information as much as I can. Leanne McGowan, I've come to the realization I won't change, but that's okay. I've accepted who I am. Wow. Accept yourself as you are. Self-forgiveness, that's a big thing. Self-acceptance. Tony, anyway, what about your higher power? What about, look at the universe, look at the sky, the stars. You can just believe in nature. You don't have to believe in a supreme being. But there is something, there is an intelligence out there. I mean, just look at the human body. There's some sort of intelligence. Okay, your mom says you have a deficiency in what vitamin do you have? I can't tell. Leanne, yeah, that's good. Thank you. Your mom, a deficiency in vitamin D. Well, you should start taking it because low vitamin D can be a contributing factor to depression. How are you, Noah? In still contact? Yes, Noah and I meet about every 6 weeks. We have lunch together. He's doing great. Vitamin D deficiency, it's easy to get a blood test for vitamin D3. If you're low, start taking supplements. You love Pascal, of course. Pascal's theorem, Pascal's bet. He also did the probability stuff with that Pascal's triangle. He's a genius. He also became really spiritual at the end of his life. The Salt Lakers, you're not struggling that anybody became sane, are you? If it seems like you're not going a little crazy, you're not really paying attention. That reminds me of the 60s bumper sticker, if you're not outraged, you're not paying attention. I'm not going to talk about the state of the world. and especially about politics in America. My level was 9, your mom? Oh my God, it's got to be at least 30. Come on, get on the stick. Start eating, start going to tanning beds or at least taking vitamin D supplements. Hi, Rasmus. Always nice to hear from you. It does help when I was spiritual as my anxiety was greatly lowered. Well, do what you can. But again, you don't have to believe in a supreme being to be spiritual. You know what they say in AA, there are no atheists in foxholes. Anxiety, thinking about seeing my family for holidays, Susan Jones. A lot of people get triggered by their family. There is a lot of good information on the internet about how to deal with the holidays. I have an old article. If you email me, I'll try to send it to you. Our people are scared of Father Christmas, claustrophobic? That's very funny. Speaking of which, okay, but oh my goodness, what is it, the 2nd? Oh my God, we're having in 18 days, we're having the winter solstice, the darkest time of the year. See, what goes dark must get light. What goes down must come up. This is usually my challenging part of the year, and after the winter solstice and the light is coming back, I know things are going to get better. I mean, I'm telling you, just get through the holidays, guys. Anyway, so here's my Christmas joke. It's early, and you've heard it, of course. Why was Santa's helper depressed? Why was Santa's helper depressed? You think he'd be happy being with Santa, helping all these people? No, but he had low self-esteem. Come on, Doug, you didn't really say that, did you? Anyway, so there's my joke about Christmas. By the way, did you know Santa went into therapy, found out he was bipolar? Why are you bipolar, said the therapist. He said, well, I love the North Pole, but I also love the South Pole. Therefore, I'm bipolar. Okay, enough Christmas jokes. You just don't go to your family events anymore, says Leanne McGowan. Well, that's problem solved. Any strategy for getting your confidence back? Yes, do small things. I lost my confidence completely when I came out of the hospital in 2016. Just start with really tiny things and build up your confidence. Nothing succeeds like success. Give yourself small tasks you can do that you know you can succeed at. I have a video on self-efficacy. You may want to take a look at it. Cloudy, Michigan equals vitamin B deficiency. Yeah, what about cloudy, Oregon? Would it be die happy or live in regret? Well, come on. Of course it would be better to die happy. Do you hear about the dyslexic devil worshippers who sold his soul to Santa? That's very funny. Did you hear about the dyslexic insomniac and agnostic? He lay awake all week asking himself all night. He lay awake all night saying, is there a dog? That's it. Dyslexic, insomniac, agnostic. Is there a dog? Would it be better to die happy? We already answered that question. Holidays suck. It triggers my anxiety for many people. Can your body balance out on its own? It can, but sometimes it needs help. Look, can you fight infection on your own? Maybe, but if it's really bad, you need penicillin. Modern medicine has its place. Psychiatry has its place. I don't care what these anti-psychiatry people say. There's a time and a place for all healing. You have to be open-minded. You have to be eclectic. You have to be open to different things. The body does heal, but certainly, give it all the help it can, because sometimes it does need outside help. If you wouldn't hang out with them otherwise, why hang out with them? Because of your family? Yep. Christmas is so much nicer now that I don't see my abusive family. Yeah, a lot of people didn't have nice childhoods, did they? How's your mental health lately? What strategy have you been using? Well, I drink a pint of vodka a day. That seems to take care of all my anxiety. Don't joke like that, Douglas. I got in trouble for that. Given the fact I've been ill and my wife had a heart attack, I'm doing pretty well. And what do I do? Meditation, like you suggest, exercise, and staying busy, helping other people. Yeah, you need to confirm by a blood test. You're right, your mom. Yeah, no strategy. Is there something you can force yourself to get out of the bed to do? Do you have any exercise you can do? Something that's like walking. You're not learning enough? Calling myself names? No. Just tell yourself you're okay. I'm good enough. I'm smart enough, and God darn it, people like me. Watch Stuart Smalley. But yeah, just try to affirm yourself the way you are. What can you tell us about lactic acidosis and panic attacks? I think that's too much lactic acid. I don't really know, but that would be good to research. Yeah, Christmas is like a day at the office. You do all the hard work, and the fat guy gets all the credit in the suit. Very funny. Yeah, well, go ahead. And speaking of prayers, all you guys who are really struggling, I want you to take this number. It's called Silent Unity. It is so helpful. It has helped so many people. It's open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And it's a prayer line, and it's 1-816 969 2000. Well, here's a pledge drive thing. If someone is willing to donate to me $5, I will send you a free ebook of this, When Going Through Hell Don't Stop, A Survivor's Guide to Overcoming Anxiety and Depression. I've written 11 books, and this is by far my proudest book. Notice the picture of The Scream by Edward Munch on the cover. Yes, it tells all about how I survived a really bad akathisia and anxiety and agitated depression, and how I came out the other side, and it has some tips about how you can do so. Tony, how do you pay attention to current events? I limit my exposure because there's a lot of bummers going on right now, as you can say. So yeah, you have to be really discreet. I think I need a group to attend. Yes, groups are wonderful to break you out of isolation, to realize you're not alone. Mornings are the worst time. Yes, they are for many people. Absolutely. That's why you got to get out of bed and do something. Well, I'm doing a new upload next Monday called Back from the Brink. One of my members of my group who came to me after he made a suicide attempt, everything was dark. 9 months later, he's feeling really well. This tells everybody that from the ashes I rise. Seriously, you can get well. You will get well. This is the way of the universe. The power of love is greater than the power of hatred. The power of healing is greater than the power of sickness. Thank you, Leanne, for your $5 contribution. You're a sweetheart. From Buffalo, New York, with the clouds and the snow, and I went to school in Rochester. I love you, and I'm glad you're accepting yourself for who you are. I know borderline personality disorder has been demonized, but don't let it be. It's not who you are. It's just a condition you've got, like having toenail fungus, which is what I've got. If anyone needs someone to talk to, email hayesgraphicartiststudio@gmail.com. Thank you, Julie. You know, you're playing it forward. I really appreciate it. And do you still look at that diagram you sent me? And I am going to interview you for my book on suicide prevention. I just have to get around to it. David, you're back. Another 10 pounds. My God. You're paying my mortgage. Thank you so much. But I'm going to go to parcelmonkey.com. I'm going to get you that signed book yet, if it's the last thing I do. Seriously, I've had 2 deadlines for these workshops I'm working on for Unity. But at any rate, thank you again for your contribution. Really appreciate it. The holidays are the best time to be depressed. At least they're pretty lights. I like that, the Salt Lakers. Hey, David, how's it going? I know you've been struggling. And Rasmus, thank you for asking about it. My joke book is still missing. Well, here's something that one of the, it's starting the rainy season in Portland. So, I asked the rain clouds, what do they wear under their clothes? They said, thunderwear. Of course, I lost my, okay, I won't say the next one. But yes, I did ask, dinosaurs are extinct, but I actually saw a dinosaur in my dream. I asked him, how do you pay your bills? He said, Tyrannosaurus checks. What's the point of my life? My depression and hopelessness are taking over. I know they are, Marina. God, I've been there so many times. Is there anything? Can you do any volunteer work? Can you work with people who need support? Being of service gets you outside of the prison of self. Maybe you could do that. Maybe you could try different antidepressants. Call Silent Unity. Call that prayer line. It could help. BBD has some good things like being witty and interesting. And I can't say this is a family channel. Yeah. Okay. Well, Leanne, I love your determination to get well in spite of everything. Rough week, but a good weekend. Yep. See, what goes down must come up, David. Hari Stowe. Hey, Doug, haven't been in your YouTube channel in months. Thomas Daz became one of my favorite psychiatrists. Dedication towards people's suicide is a little bit in his philosophical. Yeah, Thomas Daz wrote a book called The Myth of Mental Illness. I don't think it's a myth. My godson became psychotic. I don't think that was a myth. But yeah, he's got some good things to say. Should you totally cut off alcohol if you're depressed? Well, don't do it all at once. You could get the DTs. But yes, alcohol is a depressant, and it's probably not a good idea to have when you're depressed. Teddy, do you wake up in the debilitating fear? It's scary, isn't it? Paralyzing. If I get up and start crying and can't sleep, yes. But if you get up, put one foot in front of the other and start the day, the fear will go away. Seriously. What prayer line? Oh, don't you see the silent unity? Didn't I put it up there? I thought I had it up there. 1-816-929. Whoops. Okay, hold on. 929. Oh God, I'm getting tired. 969-2000. I should actually do a cut and paste on this. That's a very good thing to do. Okay, well anyway, you got the point. 1-816-9, so it's 969. Okay, so much for my typing. Tell me, man, it's more brain fog for me. Jerry, Darrett, depersonalization, very lighthearted. I feel I'm on the cusp of an attack. Depersonalization is very tough. I hear it's really just anxiety. No alcohol if you're depressed, is Leanne. I dated someone with BTT a long time ago. She broke my heart. Very intense. They are. When I feel lost between patterns and get anxious, what should I do? You should go ahead and use your coping skills, and here they are. If I can find them. Well, what happened to that thing? My mother said if my head weren't attached to my shoulder, I'd lose that too. I can't figure out where the diagram is. Darn it. I just was showing it to you all. Well, anyway, I have a diagram of self-care strategies, and just go ahead and write me and I'll send it to you. Here they are right here. Use these strategies. They will help you when you're slipping. And by the way, Healing from Depression is a really cool book. It's on Amazon, and a lot of you have used it, and it's everything I know about getting over depression. Okay, thank you for your donations. We could use some more. It's 27 minutes after the hour. So, what are you guys doing for the holidays? How are you taking care of yourself? That's what I want to know. And how are you dealing with the darkness, those of you in the Northern Hemisphere? You haven't been suicidal thoughts for a while? Wow, Razum say, good for you. Good for you. Nice to hear that. Even though I couldn't enjoy anything when I was depressed, I forced myself to do things I used to enjoy, artwork. Good work, Julie Hayes. You're a survivor. Yeah, you took a Valium? Well, that's good. Sometimes you need to take a benzo if you can't really function. Leanne, Tony, yes, borderlines are tough to deal with. I put my boyfriend through the ringer, but we're still together. Good for you. Good for that. I like people who can hang in there. That's a really good trait to be able to persevere. Surrounded by Estonians who are native speakers of Estonian, then after seeing how difficult it is for me, I start to beat myself up, getting caught in the comparison trap. Nope. I have a video called What Happens When You Compare Yourself to Others. Watch that video. Comparison is a major trap. How can you come off a benzo, says Abdullah Al-Masum, very slowly. Taper under somebody's supervision. Of course you hate it when it gets dark early. Maggie said, oh, but guess what? After the 21st of December, it's going to reverse, as it always does. If we can just hang on long enough, we will rise out of the ashes, the dawn of light. By the way, you know, I wondered, I stayed up all night, I stayed up all night wondering when it was going to get light, and then it dawned upon me. That took a while. Okay, and the ball was getting bigger. I wonder why the ball was getting bigger. And then it hit me. 2 more puns. All right. I hope you go watch my video called Does the Pursuit of Pleasure Bring True Happiness? Which it doesn't. And the week before that, I did a video that's very popular called If You Want a Happy Brain, Get a Healthy Gut. How many of you are eating probiotics and prebiotics? How many people are eating foods with fiber and taking things like yogurt and kimchi and other fermented foods? You got to get there's more serotonin receptors in the gut than there are in the brain. So we got to take care of our gut health if we want to be free of depression. So diet is so important. Let me see. Kale and pineapple smoothies. Yes, yes, yes. Thank you, Maggie Bueller. I'm glad you're getting help. Miss Lady Blue World, I'm getting more sleep. Hopefully that will help. Oh my God, you need sleep. I saw a very funny ad for something called Nectar, a mattress. You should look them up. They have funny. What are prebiotics again, says Gary? Anyway, Nectar has a very funny ad about mattresses. They are foods with fiber that will break down and feed the probiotics in your gut and create more good bacteria. Fruits, vegetables, grains, nuts, and seeds, basically. Meat and fish and dairy do not have. I donate $150 in your site for weekly coaching. It's been a month and nothing supports. Well, I asked you to go ahead and set up a time when we can basically do Skype. So I'm here. And also, do you have FaceTime? And do you have, what's the other thing that people use? WhatsApp. I'm definitely willing to meet with you if we can just find out a time to meet. Go ahead, email me at this address, and we will find a time to meet. You certainly deserve your coaching. DouglasBlock@gmail.com. Please send me an email. The serotonin cross the blood-brain barrier? Yeah, it's in the brain. Does it cross? Well, when it comes from antidepressants, it seems to, yes. See, Tony, payback is something, LOL, I don't get that. Yes, I do phone FaceTime. Okay, so why don't you send me your phone number by email, and we'll set a time and I will call you on FaceTime. We'll do our coaching session. You're from glorious North Korea? Wow, I hear it's a really repressive country. Is that true? And if so, how do you take care of yourself? So Ahmad, send me an email and tell me what time zone you're in. Does Greek yogurt count? Of course, yogurt has probiotics in it. I've had 6 suicidal thoughts for 16 years, half of my life, but I've never attempted. I know why, feeling trapped in a situation, but there's hope you can get out of course. It's a permanent solution to a temporary problem. From the gut to the blood barrier, yes, yes. What it travels through the vagus nerve is what connects the gut to the brain, and I don't know if serotonin goes from the gut to the brain, but there is serotonin in the gut. Slow mode helps so hosts can read comments. Yes, well, I'm in slow mode. Your books are on Apple Books. Well, that's nice to know. Do you believe in the floating technique? What is the floating technique, Najir? You mean a float tank? I used to own one. Religion helps me with suicidal thoughts? Yes, if you believe you live in a loving universe. Albert Einstein said on his deathbed, there's only one important question. Is the universe friendly? For me, the universe has been friendly. I've gone through hell. Thank you, Enrique, for your $2 donation. Every bit helps. Thank you for all you people, for all your attention and your support. Please keep the questions coming in. When you're not depressed, how do you accept you'll be depressed again? Well, if you have asthma, it's a recurrent condition. If you have, a heart disease, and if you have other chronic conditions, what about diabetes? These are things that have to be managed. What about addiction, right? You can always fall off the wagon, but if you work your program, you won't. So depression is no different than any other chronic condition. You just have to work at it, and there are ways, there are proven techniques. There is a path. People have done this. I've done this. Noah has done this. Many people have done this. Depression can be managed, seriously. Does it take work? Yes. Does it take struggle? Yes. Does it take perseverance? Yes. Does it take connecting with people? Yes. But above all, it takes the intention to heal. Make up your mind you want to get better, and you will get the support from the universe. But yes, it's not an easy path. Don't let anybody tell you it is, but you can manage your symptoms. It's when you're having a panic attack to float them. I'm not quite sure what that means, but if you can just not resist and just sort of let things be, that helps. You've just been surviving Rin W. Well, you have a light box. I think you're in Ireland. Get a light box. That really helps me in the darkness. Well, everything is temporary. You're right, Julie Hayes. Is depression getting worse in wintertime? Yes. Well, if you have seasonal affective disorder, it will get worse. That's why you need a light box. And I gotta have my light box here. I've got to get my joke book here, and I've got to get my chart here. I have no idea what I did with those two things. Maybe I put the, wow, it's amazing. I didn't think things could disappoint me that bad, but these charts are gone. Who knows where? Yes, you need to have a winter box because people do suffer from SAD. Tony Glamanda says, Doug's plan is more holistic than others I've seen. It's the first thing that gave me hope in a while. Well, that's nice. Thank you. 55 degrees in Buffalo today. Not too shabby. This too shall pass. Absolutely. Hope everybody's doing okay, says Kerry Irving. Nice to see you again. Still alive, still fighting, still breathing. There is hope. Thank you, Malcolm Falcone, or Falcone. I don't know quite how to pronounce it, but yes. Thank you for letting me know. There is hope. The soy yogurts help your gut. Soy yogurts do have probiotics in them, so yes. Anything that has probiotics put in them will help. Diet is so important. Sugar makes your gut worse. Alcohol, of course, makes your gut worse. Alcohol has more sugar than sugar. On the glycemic index, it's 103. It turns to sugar quickly than even eating sugar. A lot of alcoholics are sugar addicts. So there's a book called Potatoes Not Prozac that tells you if you have a drinking problem, cut back on your sugar, you'll have less cravings. Susan Jones, having depression and anxiety makes me have low self-esteem, of course, but you have to tell yourself that you are doing the best you can. These are conditions. This is not who you are. This is what you're suffering from. At Percy Buffalo is in New York State. Yep, it is. I've been there. Went to school at the University of Rochester. Absolutely. All right. Again, any donation that anybody gives me with an email address, you will get my free copy of my my wonderful color charts and my holistic plan. Hey, Joni, I'll come in here when you get a chance. You gave me those charts. I've misplaced them. Maybe you could help me find them. Those charts that you gave me? Yes. I can't find them now. Maybe you can see where I put them. I am the absent-minded professor to the 10th power. Do you see them anywhere? It's weird. I just showed them to the people. I doubt there's even an internet in North Korea. Yeah, well, there must be. Gary Hunsaker, what would you make of an herbal tea and substitute for sugar? There's stevia. That's a nice substitute for sugar. How do we get my doctor to understand that these psych drugs are making me sick? You just have to basically tell them. I went through a stretch where I was terrified about it recurring. I would redirect my focus to try to be more in the present. Excellent techniques. David Holden says, hi, Joan. Well, you're on your YouTube because it's your job. My channel is full of North Korean propaganda. Okay, here it is. Self-care activities to improve your mood. Any donation, send me your email address. You'll get a free copy of this wonderful chart. I live my life by it. Curb is one of my favorite shows. I love Larry David. Curb Your Enthusiasm. That is a very, very funny show. Absolutely. He is very funny. Well, he's a New York Jew. What do you expect? So is Woody Allen. So is Billy Joel. Of course, he's not funny. He's just a brilliant singer. Cal Butler. 5 months ago today, I tried to kill myself and failed. Haven't made another attempt since. Good. You should be very happy you failed. Life is precious. Life is a gift. I know it's painful at times, but we can get through this with support. Once I get done with these Unity things, and once I get done converting all my videos into podcasts, I am going to write that book on suicide prevention. I promise you guys. And I will be interviewing some of you on the book. Was it rough because of something externally or something internally like depression? Rasmus is asking David Holden that question. Yeah. Julie Hayes, who's come through this, says, Susan, you can email me. Julie, thank you for extending yourself to people. And again, do you look at your Phoenix that you gave me? It's an amazing, amazing icon. 38 minutes into the hour, almost 2/3 full. It's a beautiful day in Portland. We're going to get 4 more straight days of sun. We've had a dry winter. And of course, global warming. Look at California. Look at the hurricanes. Anybody who doesn't think global warming is real, really needs to look at the evidence. All right, time for a joke, except I don't have my joke book with me. Well, maybe I can remember something. Well, this is a longer one, but I love chess. I do chess problems, so nope, I don't remember. I can't tell this joke correctly. Oh, yes, I can. So there was a chess tournament, and all these chess people were in the lobby of a hotel bragging about how good they were doing and how well the tournament was going. And so one day, the man who runs the hotel asked them to leave. And the chess people said, why'd you do that? He says, well, I don't like chestnuts boasting in an open foyer. Wow, that was a good pun. All right. Anybody of you like chess will appreciate that. So, any other stories I can tell? Of course, the squirrel going to the psychiatrist saying, is it true you are what you eat? The psychiatrist says, yes, it is. The squirrel says, yes, then I think I'm nuts. All right. Why did Edison invent the light bulb, by the way? He had a bright idea. And, you know, employment is pretty well in the United States, especially for elephants. Why is it so easy for elephants to get work? Well, they work for peanuts. All right, enough of those jokes. Anybody else have any questions? I'm here to answer them. I'm here at your disposal. And remember, we are going into the dark time of the year, but after the winter solstice, the light will come back, the dawn will occur. There is always hope because nothing stays the same forever. Talk to your Buddhist friends, impermanence. Oh, you like your Moby Dick joke? Yes. Well, Moby Dick, of course, was the famous whale. Yeah. Why did people really like Moby Dick? He was the Prince of Wales. I don't know if I got the question, but the Prince of Wales is the pun. Thank you. Well, let me know if any other jokes you like, because I don't have my joke book. It's really bad. Lazy R Ranch, scientists just landed a spaceship on Mars through incredible odds by using scientific knowledge. Think we would trust them that human beings are causing climate change. Yeah, I agree. Your jokes are so nutty. Yes, they're very, very corny. They're puns. Thank you, Leanne, for another $2. Didn't you just donate earlier? My God, you are just amazing. Well, I'm so glad you're doing better, and you deserve it. You've been through a rough time, and you've hung in there. So, you know, all the success you have is deserved. I can't sleep properly. How can I improve my sleep? There's lots of ways. Go read a book called No More Sleepless Nights. Sleep hygiene, going to bed every day at the same time, making your room cool and dark, using your bed only for sleep. There are many medications that can help that are not addictive. Trazodone, Elavil, Remeron. Go talk to your psychiatrist. Sleep can be improved also. Exercise and also taking a warm bath with Epsom salts. Very good. Why? I've had a sleep disorder since I've been 2 years old. I know why. I've been working on it. You need to write a book on procrastination. That's very funny. Yes. Thank you, Leanne. Well, you know, I care about you, and I will be talking to you soon about my upcoming video on borderline personality disorder. Susan Jones says, since taking Wellbutrin, I crave sugar less, but still I crave it. Finds it helps soothe me. I know it's bad, but it helps. Well, why don't you chew on some xylitol gum? It has sugar in it, but it's not. The sugar in xylitol is actually good for your teeth. It actually helps prevent cavities. That's what I do. Tony Gamada, I told myself I would work up the courage to talk this time, and I'm glad I did. A lot of nice people there. Yep, you are not alone, Tony. Where do you live, by the way? Does it need a therapist to heal? I was asked that question earlier. A therapist will definitely increase the odds of your healing. But, you know, there are other ways to heal, but I would definitely, you know, see a therapist if I could. But love, connection, friends, family, pets, and just getting out into the world and connecting. Julie and Leanne are really, really great supporters. They've been through hell. And you know what? Here's what I'll tell everybody. When going through hell, don't stop. Honor says, I've been contemplating suicide recently. I really honestly don't know if I'm going to make it through this time. You will, Honor. You got to reach out for support. Email me, talk to your counselor, get a counselor, talk to your friends. You can make it through, I promise you. What goes down must come up. You know, be brave, reach out. Intrusive thoughts make me ill, says David Holden. My wife helps me a lot. She brings me back down. Grounds me, thank God you have your wife. You live in upstate New York? Well, go ahead and visit Leanne McGowan. She lives in Buffalo, Tony. At least give her a ring. She seems to be very, very open to helping people. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're listening to classic short stories to fall asleep, Mark Twain is a favorite. And of course, O. Henry, The Interlopers, and of course, The Gift of the Magi. A very good book. Appreciated receiving it last week. When Going Through Hell, Don't Stop? Yes. It poured out of my heart. It started 6 weeks after I was saved. And I mean saved. A bunch of people came around me, 12 people, prayed over me, sent me good thoughts, and within 90 days I was better. That was grace. I have been saved by grace, and I'm very fortunate that I'm alive. And I tell you, you know, you can make it through. Douglas, you've had a sleep disorder since you were 2 years old. I'm so sorry. I didn't think it would start that young. Oh yeah, I did actually since I came out of the womb. I had colic, coughing for 3 weeks. I was allergic to the formula they were feeding me because back in 1949, they brainwashed women that they shouldn't breastfeed, so I was allergic to the formula. So my sleep disorder started as soon as I came out of the womb, actually. But I'm here. I'm lightheaded and feel out of the body every few hours every day. That leads to panic. Can't even do super chores, a waste of the day. But at night, my symptoms let up. Maybe you're lightheaded because you're not getting enough blood to the brain. You should go get yourself checked out physiologically. Yes, the title is great. I stole it. I modified it. Winston Churchill said, when going through hell, keep going. And I thought, well, when going through hell, don't stop sounds better. You know who Winston Churchill is, you guys. He only saved Western civilization. You will feel normal again. Yes, of course she's very nice. Leanne is. You overdosed 4 times and cut yourself? You drove your car off a road? Man, oh man, you've had some angels watching out after you. You've had guardian angels, Leanne, and you're still alive and still kicking? I would get down on my hands and knees every day and thank my stars that I'm alive. You've been through much more than I have. Did you say to Leanne that you've done a video on BPT? No, I want to do a video on BPT, and I want to consult with her because she's been through it, you know, up and down, right and left. I love that video about the group of friends, family that prayed for you. Well, that was the only way I got through. Yes, it was the first video I ever did. It's called Healing from Depression Naturally. What part of town are you from, says Leanne? My biggest struggle is it's hard reaching out. I'm from the Kingston area. That's in New York. Not too far from Buffalo. Maybe you guys can meet up or at least talk to each other on the phone. I really believe in networking and people helping people. 46 minutes. We've lost a couple of people. God, we had 67 at one point. Well, I hope we've been doing something right here. It would be nice if we had one more contribution before we went off the air. We do have, we have 13 minutes. Carrie Irving, Honor, I'm so sorry you're feeling like this at the moment. Stay strong, absolutely. The Hudson Valley, yes, I know. I grew up in New York City. Yes, my grandma, I believe she was with me. She's my angel in heaven watching over me. You have had an angel watching over you to survive all those attempts. Does akathisia cause body pain? No, I think body pain causes by tensing up like this. Maybe some progressive muscle relaxation. I highly, highly recommend taking a warm bath with Epsom salts at the end of the day. That will really relax you. Hi, Miguel 4591. Nice to see you. Carrie Irving, if you have BPD, I'll interview you too. Please send me West Seneca, New York. Wow. Yes, I've been around upstate New York. Ever hear of Letchworth State Park? Anyway, I know you've got my email address, but Carrie, email me, douglasblog@gmail.com, and tell me you want to participate in my, or at least help me write my video on borderline personality disorder. It's a thing that a lot of people really get stuck with. Douglas, you watched the first film about Winston Churchill called Darkest Hour? Yes, David, I saw it the day it came out. It is brilliant, and Gary Oldman won the Academy Award for Best Actor, which he should have. Absolutely amazing film. I love, and it was about, it's the anniversary yesterday of his speech called, what is the famous speech? He says, you know, generations shall see that this is our finest hour. Yeah, no, I saw that film. Of course it's brilliant. Rasmus say, David Holden, my worst case scenario thoughts are ending up in a situation where I would be forced to go to that country, in which case I would end it all. Do not catastrophize. Do not look forward to the future and think about it. It will only get you crazy. Stay in the here and now. Okay, you send me that email? Great. Well, Ashish Singh, I'm glad you're writing from India, and I'm starting to cough. I definitely take a throat lozenge at 49 minutes after the hour. Here we go. Sent to me from England by a lovely lady named One Claire Lou, who hasn't been here in ages. I hope she's doing okay. Wow. Darkest Hour, brilliant film it is. Well, so Cookies Blue, England survived its darkest hour. Winston Churchill did, and so can you and I. You have been to Letchworth Park? Yes, I used to trip there. We used to do mescaline and psilocybin mushrooms. Boy, that was a nice place to get high. Lazy Ranch, you just got to stay grounded. Have you tried throat cut tea? It helps, yes. I know it exists, but I'm not coughing anymore. Only when I talk nonstop for an hour on this live chat. They're sold in Ireland as well. Yeah, they're called Fisherman's Friends. Carrie Irving says, I'm so sorry you went through that and glad you're here. So are we all. Wow. Well, you're still in Estonia, so Rasmus say, are you going to get to emigrate somewhere else? I hope you are. And thank you for the throat coat tea. As I say, my coughing only occurs when I'm here on the live chat. Where is my joke book? Oh, wow. I found my other stuff right here. I've now got 3 of these things. Well, anybody have any last questions, thoughts? Anthony Carfango just joining you. Well, ask a question, Anthony. That's what we're here for. Have you heard of the Pew Dippy versus T series? Whom do you think I should win? I have no idea what that means, but this actually reminds me of a very interesting parable from Native American culture. And by the way, we Americans should feel horrible for what we did to the Native Americans, but okay. So a grandfather is telling his grandson about this struggle. He says everybody has with them 2 wolves. It's a struggle between them, a tug of war. One is the wolf who represents negativity, self-deprecation, hatred, despair. The other wolf is the one who believes in optimism and joy and hope for the future, and they're constantly battling each other. The grandson thinks for a minute and says, well, Grandpa, which wolf wins out in this struggle? The grandpa says, the one you feed. That is so profound. So what are we feeding? What are we giving our attention to? The voice inside of us that tells us we're losers because we're depressed, tells us that we're worthless, that we don't deserve to live, or the voice within that says we're a child of the universe, a child of God, and we are divinely created, and we're beautiful, and we have every right to live and be happy. Which voice are we feeding? Too many of us feed the bad wolf, and that's all that it's about. We have to use our minds. That's what cognitive behavioral therapy is, to choose to feed the good wolf. Vibrate, any thoughts? It's a good antidepressant. Nice story, yes. The wolf story, so true, absolutely. Can I ask if you people prefer reading current events in paper or watching on TV, or how often? I read the New York Times. I get a prescription. Is it prescription? Subscription. There you have it. Prescription for the New York Times. That's very funny, Doug. But I have to limit my how much I read because there's so many bummers out in the news. But I love the Science Times. Yes, the news can increase your anxiety, but the media only reports on the negative things. Let me tell you, there's a lot of good things happening in the world. People are being lifted out of poverty. People are doing loving things all the time. The news just doesn't show it, so it's not balanced. Nice thought, Douglas. Thank you. Well, I don't know what the thought was, but you're welcome. Wow, low battery. Oh my goodness. I thought I was plugged in. How much percent? 2% left. Oh my goodness. Oh wow. Well, I think now we're down to 1%. Sugar, we're going to have to leave early. I don't know what's going on, but I'm not getting the charge that I need to get. Oh, now we're getting charged. Wow, I need a new charger. It fell on the ground. I stepped on it. So we're at 1% on the Macintosh, saved by the bell. Can you tell any more motivating stories? Facebook has gotten worse, really? Well, were you ever moved to will you always be depressed? No, you will have depression as a possibility, but you can manage it. New York Times is excellent. It's a bummer times. Thank you so much. Great answer. Thought about not feeding the harmful thoughts? Yes, it's about managing it. So any more stories? Does anyone have a good story for Anish Singh to tell? Any more parables? I have a parable. A man who is moving to a new city. He's wandering along the road in the olden days. He comes across this very wise man. He says, the wise man, are the people nice in that city? And the wise man said, how are the people in the city you just came from? Oh, they're very nice. Oh, the city that you go to, the people will be very nice. Next man comes in. He says, I'm moving to this new city. The wise man says, what were the people in the city like where you first came from? Oh, they were really horrible and mean, and The wise man said, I'm sorry to tell you that the people you're going to meet in the new city are horrible and mean. What does that mean? It means what we attract is our reality. That's what we mean. We have to attract what is going to empower us, and we have the choice. Viktor Frankl said in the concentration camps, everything can be taken from a man but one thing, his ability to choose his attitude in any given situation. Even you, Rasmus, you may be in hell, but you still get to choose your attitude. You know what they say in The Lazy Man's Gone to Enlightenment? If you learn to love hell, you will be in heaven. So we have a choice of how we will respond, not what happens to us. That is where our freedom lies. And that's where we as people with depression can choose to feed the good wolf. Yes, sirree. Anyone worried about benzos? I took them every day and I was able to lead off gradually. I took Klonopin every day for 9 months. I got off it with no problems. Fred Rogers is my hero. Have you seen Won't You Be a Neighbor? One of my favorite movies. I've seen it 3 times and I cry every time. Everybody should rent that film, Won't You Be My Neighbor, about Mr. Rogers' neighborhood. You're working on a very tight rope. Douglas, my day, something can go wrong, but you just keep checking in with us. Keep reaching out. You'll be able to make it. I'm moved by all the folks who are helping those folks at the border who are requesting asylum. There are many good people in the world. Yes, there are Lazy Eye Ranch. I think there are many more good people than not good people. I believe that people are basically good. That's what Anne Frank said, even though she died in the concentration camps. I believe in the goodness of people. What happens is we get perverted when we get afraid. Fear is the big cause of many, many ills in the world. And I think that people only become bad when they are polluted, when they are raised poorly, and when they let negativity take them over. And yeah, but man is a paradox. You know what the great lady Elizabeth Kubler-Ross, who wrote the book on death and dying, says? Everybody has within them a Hitler and a Saint Teresa. We all have the good wolf and the bad wolf within us, but which one are we going to feed? That is the $64,000 question. So human beings have the capacity to do good and to do evil. We've seen this throughout history. So we're still struggling, aren't we, as a race, as a species? Are the people who do good going to win out? It's still too early to tell, but I'll tell you what, if nobody does anything about global warming, it won't matter. We'll all be 6 feet under. You saw parts in PBS you bawled? Yes, about Mr. Rogers' neighborhood. Yeah, bye everyone. Be kind to yourself. Thank you, Julie. Thank you for your wonderful advice. We have 2 minutes left. Carol Evering, bye Julie Hayes, same to you all. Bye Julie. Well, I guess people are signing off now. Well, I guess I will too. Well, thank you all for being here. It is now, I didn't even mention, it's December 2nd. We've got the 16th and the 23rd, the 30th, and then July, and then January 7th. So 4 more weeks for a brand new year. Did 2018 go quickly? Oh my God. It's been a hard year for me. I had legal problems. I had health problems. My wife had health problems. It's been one thing after another, but here we are. You know, what did Robert Schuller say? Tough times never last, but tough people do. I'm going to write that down. That's very clever. I wish I could, maybe I can do this. Maybe I could dictate. No, I don't think you can dictate when you're on the air. My function key is broken, that's why. Okay, tough times never last, but tough people do. Maybe that's the title of a new video. What do you think? Yes, Klonopin can be very helpful, Tony Glamada. You can be on benzos long term, says Luis Corrales. You can use them as a tool to work through your anxiety. Eventually you won't need them as much. Don't be scared or feel bad about it. I completely agree with you, Luis. I'm glad you're here. You always give good advice. I was on benzos. It saved my butt. 59 minutes and it's 9 seconds. 51 seconds left. Thank you, JR90, for my inspiration. Any last minute donations, you can donate after we get off the live chat right here at this little $sign. I appreciate all your help. It does take money to pay for these videos, to get them edited, to get them posted, and plus to maintain my website, which a lot of people go to, just to also to maintain my newsletters, which some of you get. And the call is coming in, but I'll take it later. Well, they are addictive, you're right, but they can be described they can be prescribed judiciously. That's a great quote. What is the quote? Thank you very much, JR90. I'm glad we're being able to help people over the world. That's our mission. I've been through hell. I know what it's like to be in hell, and I want other people not to be in hell as long as I do. But guess what? We all have to face our demons. We all have to face our time on the cross. Nobody escapes. Life is suffering, said the Buddha. We all have our cross to bear, but we can get through it. You know, the great avatar of the Piscean age, the Christ, got through his and resurrected, and so can we. Yes, Luis, I'm glad you're here. You give great feedback. And signing off, everybody. Remember, tough times never last, but tough people do. This too shall pass. And, you know, what they say in AA, God is never late. So speaking of which, I need to get my exercise. I don't want to be late for that. So until we meet again, hasta luego. I wish you the best in your mental health recovery. See you on December 9th. And watch out for my new video going to be posted on the 10th, a week from Monday. Have a great week, everybody. And yeah, stay in touch with each other. Give each other your email addresses, your phone numbers, and stay connected. Talk to you later.